Hello and welcome back to Japan. We're going to start today with a comment. This comment is, you should maybe consider creating an educator filter preset with all the physical traits plus shrewd, as it's one of the searches that comes up all the time. Yes, that would be fantastic. However, this search is not really good enough to do that. So if you type in genius, it's absolutely fine. The problem is it only does and statements. So it can only do genius and intelligent, which obviously no character can be a genius and intelligent as they are mutually exclusive traits. So yeah, it's not fantastic, and basically we'd end up in pretty much the same situation. We'd still have to go and type it in, or we'd have to deselect options to get what we're looking for. I guess you could have one that has all of them and then deselect them, but it's much the same thing. It's just, do you prefer typing in the start of genius, or do you prefer clicking away the traits? I have other problems with this search, by the way, as well. Beyond it just being a little bit rubbish, it's got things in it that just don't particularly work for this version of the game. Like marital status right now. In the original version of the game, this was okay, because in most situations it told you what you're looking for. However, there's now a lot more statuses that you can be than married and unmarried. You could be a concubine, you could be a monk, right? There's a whole bunch of other things in here that would be useful to have. Like, it could be married, unmarried, concubine, like can't marry, or something, right? There's a whole bunch of these things that have been added that just don't really make as much sense anymore. One thing that would also be great in here would be would join court. I imagine they deliberately didn't put would join court in here because like, they probably don't want to make it that easy for the player to just be like, I'll have that good character and that good character and that good character. They want you to put in a little bit of effort. But yeah, there's a lot of things in here where you're like, yeah, I kind of want a little bit more. On top of that, like this religion culture thing, like, yeah, you can search for an individual culture. Like, you could search for Yamato. You can also search for your own culture or any filter like that, right? You can do these ones. What would be useful in here is if you could, like, search for cultural traditions or whatever the religious one's called. Religious tenets. Like, that would be incredibly useful in here. Or you could say, like, only religions which are righteous to me, or something like that, right? There's a whole bunch of filters in here that would be really cool to have that just don't exist, but yeah. I'm assuming that because they update this fairly infrequently, that, like, people just don't use it in general. Like, they probably have data on that, so yeah. It's unfortunate, but there you go. Anyway, now, you may notice I left the character finder open. That's because I forgot we had a hook on this guy. Well, I didn't forget we had a hook, I just haven't used the hook more correctly. I couldn't think of something to use it with, but then I thought, wait a second, there are many things we can use here. Now, I could ask to be declared region, but I don't think that actually gives us anything that I want right now. We could try and change our province administration to industrial. What would that give us? So currently, we're paying 12% tax and 11.5% levies. What's industrial? So it's 15% tax. Okay, so we're paying more tax. We get to keep more of our levies. Building construction cost goes down and time goes down, and we get development growth. That's not bad, actually. You'd actually just accept that even without anything else. Okay, I'm going to do that anyway. So request that change. What else could we do? I guess we could go and ask him for something, right? Like, we could just turn up and ask him for something. Yeah, we could do a little trip to do that, I suppose. Anyway. Right, he's changed us to industrial. That's cool. Let's go back to our leisure. Anything else that we want to do? We could also arrange a marriage that would be beneficial to us, I suppose, but could ask to be on his council. That'd be interesting. Oh, I can also you can demand a specific position. Ooh, okay. So I could be like, I want this position because it lowers my building construction costs. I'm kind of interested in that, actually. And this is due to, is this due to us having the hook? Yes, so we could do that due to that. You know what? Sure, actually, I'm in. Make me your caret. Yeah, gives me tax, gives me building construction costs down, gives me domicile costs down. Yeah, this seems really good. Make me that position. Hey, I've done the thing I hate the AI doing to me. I pushed myself on his council for no reason at all, and I'm not even very good at the job. But that means that I get all of these bonuses for 25 years, which is great. I should have done that ages ago. But anyway, and I don't believe I can even be fired by his successor either, so yeah, we're fantastic. Right. Anything else I need to do right now? I'm currently building a city, right? Yeah, it's going to take 4 years. Apparently I can upgrade this. Wait, it only costs 22? Oh, I see, because industrial makes it 10% cheaper. Carpenter domicile building makes it 10% cheaper. The cultural tradition makes it cheaper. Being a steward makes it cheaper. And I have extra building materials, so I've got 85% off. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. So that gets me 0.15 tax per month. How much does this get me? 0.8. Okay. I think we could upgrade our hunting grounds. I think that's absolutely fine. That seems a-okay to me. And it only takes 2 months to build as well, because of the amount of reduction here as well. Incredible. Right. Let's unpause. Unearned honor. While discussing Kunamoto's progress in studying Nikiki, I proudly praised his mastery of several increasingly difficult chapters. It's only afterwards, reviewing the results of his latest studies, I now realize that in my enthusiasm I may have overstated his understanding of them. Before I can even say anything, however, Kunamoto meets my eyes evenly. You told the others that I mastered these chapters, but I've only just begun to learn them. So he can become honest, he can become deceitful, or he can become humble. Okay. Now, humble is a virtue, which is nice. Deceitful would further go into his intrigue lifestyle, which would be good. However, it's creating a very specific type of character. You know what? You can be deceitful. That's fine. I think that works, actually. Hey! Oh, I was going to say I have enough money to upgrade, but no, you can only upgrade once the previous building's done. Can I upgrade this anymore? What do I need? I need to have a manor building or higher. Okay, what do I need for the manor building? I need us to have manoralism. Alright, well that's going to take a while. Rice plot, I can upgrade in 30 gold. Alright. Let's do it. Alright, yeah, I went to a hunt as well. I completely forgot. Okay, let's go. We're hunting a wolf, apparently. Wildflowers. My fellow vassal, Koga, is crouched down in the ground, humming cheerfully, picking orchids. He appears to have lost all interest in the hunt. Kokushi, what a bounty of nature. Look at these plants. Truly the wealth of the earth knows no bounds. We do not appreciate these simple treasures enough. I guess stopped at Medicus. Don't really care, though. Yeah, I think I'm happy just to take the stress and increase my hunter trait experience. Yeah, let's do that. Cornering the wolf. We're going to use a spear, the perilous method. Oh, lovely. We can hardly keep up the blasted beast as it darts and waves through the tall grass, howling wildly. Scaling a rise and disappearing into a dense thicket, the wolf is gone as quickly as it appeared, with only panting dogs and sweaty horses to show for it. Okay, we only had a 33% chance of succeeding. But I lose stress at the end because I'm a hunter and I went on a hunt. Also says I gained the trait hunter, but I'm fairly certain I already had the trait hunter. Anyway, that's fine. I'm going to move this out of the way just for a second because I want to have a look at our hunter trait first. It might have been because I had no experience in Venator. That might have been why it said I gained the hunter trait, even though I already had it, obviously, from doing Falconer. But yeah, it was fine. Yeah, okay. Rival's End. In the dead of night at our camp near Itsukushima, I step out quietly, What was that sound? That's when I see it. My court priest, Sadanari, silently draws closer to my acquaintance, Kinaka. Who was Kinaka? Just some guy? Okay. Who was sleeping in the open fields. With a heavy stone, Sadanari crushes Kinaka's skull, leaving the grass stained with blood. Sadanari quickly scans the area, unaware of seeing everything. I can increase my intrigue permanently by 2 for saying fascinating technique. Okay. It's interesting that I gain stress because I'm forgiving. Because surely if I was forgiving, I shouldn't gain stress for not telling anyone about the murder. Because I'm forgiving him. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing what I want to see. A gruesome morning. By Amaterasu, there's been a murder. Who would wish death upon our sensible Kinaka? And why were they so brutal? My courtier Moriyuki continues. Yes, indeed. Who would ever dream of doing something like this to poor, innocent Kinaka? Sadanari says. In the corner of my eye, I can see him holding back a chuckle. So because I'm sadistic, I can say, it was Moriyuki, Sadanari, kill him. Sadanari becomes my friend. I only lose this much stress because I'm forgiving. What is that? Sorry, that must mean that forgiving is causing us stress, but sadistic is causing us to lose stress. I think. Because it's a sadistic lock thing to start with. And then I get another intrigue. Anyway, who is Moriyuki? He's somebody who's just matrilineally married in our court. Alright, well, it was him. Kill him. Okay. Hey, my intrigue is now 21. That's good. Okay. And we're back. Wonderful, I get more wanderer trait experience and more horse experience. Oh, and I got some season trait experience at one point as well. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we can chill a little bit. And now I can upgrade our rice plot. Although, do I want to upgrade this one instead? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I guess I'll upgrade that one first. That's fine. Sadanari now likes us, so I can stop swaying him as well. We no longer need to do this. Yep, so he's going to pay us the max amount of money. Yeah, perfect. Right. Dreams of Distant Lands. Perusing my books, I find a travel journal from a merchant traveling through Steppe. As we walked through Steppe, I suddenly caught the sight of a solitary snow leopard flying overhead. It had a broad wingspan and a regal bearing. I simply observed it for a minute. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. It wasn't until later that I learned its name. Okay. You may gain extra wandering lifestyle experience or stress loss if you travel through the steppe. Alright then. Let's go into... Where's the terrain map mode? Is it this one? Yeah, now we'll need to find the one that's steppe. So steppe is this. So the nearest steppe to us would be here. So basically it's asking, can we get here? Okay, what reasons do I have to travel? Well, it's not going to be a grand tournament. It's not going to be feast or festival or a funeral. Or a hunt. Or an inspection. Pilgrimage or university, I think, are only two options for getting there. Where are my pilgrimages? Probably, yeah, they're all going to be... Yeah, yep, that makes a lot of sense. Right, let's see. So, university? So I could go to Jingzhou here, which would allow us to travel through steppe on the way, if we wanted to. I think that's our only option. Unless we go to Lhasa, which would also allow us to travel through steppe by going up through here and then down. Wait, no. You can't plan a trip to Canterbury. In what world would would my character even have like a concept of over there? right? Also, what's happened to France? What has happened to France? France has had some serious issues. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so that obviously that trip's too long, but it gives you the idea. We could travel through the steppe like that. I need 140 to go to university as a base, though, I think, so let's chill for a little bit. It might be worth it. Who knows? Let's go speed 5. We have a son called Yoshimasa, who is beautiful. Wonderful. Hey, get tagged on the side there. Hey, we also gained some governor trait experience for building the building. The problem is, right, like, obviously traveling would be good, but I also, I don't know, I feel like we'd be missing out on the stuff over here. I don't know, what have you invited me to? A feast. I don't need to go to a feast right now, I'm thinking. We should go to university and try and travel through the steppe. It gave us a challenge, we should try and do it. Oh, right, yeah, of course, this is going to be more expensive now. My building materials are running out, but that's okay. Yeah, we should definitely, yeah, try and save up for a trip and then go on one. New governance issue. Provincial investment. Oh, okay, I've been invited to a festival as well. I guess we could go to a festival. Right, an opportunity has presented itself for you to invest in the capital of your governorship. How good it feels when diligent governorship meets fine results. The treasury of Izumo is filled to the brim, and I have been tasked by the central administration with reinvesting the surplus locally. So I can erect a grand statue in Kampaku Michinaka's name. Okay. Local traders could use the extra help, or our brave soldiers deserve better. Let's do a statue in our Kampaku's name? Yeah. It was a success. The visage of Vice Ravana, one of Kampaku Michinaka's chief patrons, is lovingly and quite flatteringly recreated by my artisans. The great sovereign's name is inscribed below, as is mine. This choice of investment proves sagacious. With but early results on display, I'm already praised and feted by the people under my care. So it gets us more experience in governor, 300 prestige, and our Kampaku likes us. Am I going to go to this festival? I should probably have gone to the feast. Could do. Gets a season trait experience for going to these two places. Not that that matters if I'm going to go on a big trip. But, yeah. Cool, let's do this on the way back. Actually, you know what? Let's do this on the way there. Because I'm going to arrive really early. So, that's fine. Do I want to go to that island, actually? No, I think I do. Cancel, cancel. I'm going to go to the island. Then I'm going to come in here. Then I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to arrive. I'm still arriving in December for a thing that starts in March. But anyway. I would like it if you could delay those and say, like, yeah, I'd like to go, but, like, make me set off with, like, 1 month to spare or something. I think that could be good, but there's probably reasons why it doesn't want you to do that. Yeah. Anyway. Let's encourage cohesion. That's fine. Back to our activity. And... right. Under Moonlit Night, we will increase cohesion. Left to shore, we will increase cohesion. Poetics under Duress, we will increase cohesion. As a new house. These guys, I will join them for... actually, I will ignore them for cohesion. And you are not a member of my block, so I am not going to be your friend. Wonderful. Well, bunch of block cohesion, and now we can head back. Wonderful. Okay. That gives us some wander experience, some horse experience, and some seasoned traveler experience as well. So yeah, we're almost to level 1 in both of those, which is cool. Relations have improved here, apparently. My sister-in-law has married my half-brother. Oh, sorry, my half-brother has married this person who is now my sister-in-law. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And pet my dog. Technically worth it, but I'm not going to do it right now. That's fine. Still saving up money for potentially a university trip through the steppe. Invited to a feast. We should go. There's not really any reason not to go, so we should go. I should also probably go to there as well on the way past, because oh, that gives you Eager Reveler trait. Well, that's cool. So if I go here, yeah, that's perfect. I'm arriving like 16 days before. That's what I'm after. Wonderful. Echoing Horns. This is the one where we see some warriors charging a group of bandits, and we can choose to help. I'm going to pick the bodies clean and get the money. New governance issue. Okay, that's the other problem with going on a long trip, is that the governance issues will just sit there, which isn't ideal. Land of milk and fish? As I get up in the early morning, I cannot help letting out a loud yawn. Stretching, I make my way out of the tent to see that people are already moving about. I notice Noriko heading off of what looks to be a makeshift fishing rod through all the noise and bustle of the camp. Where are you off to, I ask her. She responds with a nonchalant shrug. It's a nice day for fishing. Okay, so that sounds like a good idea. Let's rest here a couple of days, or we have places to be. We actually do have places to be. I cannot wait here 10 days. So, that's fine. And now arrived at the feast. Oh, what's my goal here? I don't think we need to do mischief. I think we're okay just doing recreation. I don't need to further increase my stress loss because I don't have that much stress. Heavenly Delights. What is this? Is there any meat on this bone? Do men usually eat vegetables this small? Are these the kind of meals I can expect in Yomi? Oh, and where are the sweets? This must be the way peasants eat. Okay. Breaking horses. Eating and drinking was a little too far along when Kokushi Takamoto decided it was time for some horse riding. The stables were locked up tight, but with guidance from Toshu Okimura, Takamoto soon led a group of eager riders inside. With no control over the animals, there was swearing, laughter, and broken bones as men and women fell from horses ambling about the hall. Other creatures in the stable did not get away much easier, and a goat nearly caved in under the weight of Toshu Sugukage. Okay, we get lively feast for 5 years. Increases our stress loss. Pleasing atmosphere. Okay, so this is an event that happens every single time you do a feast, or you go to a feast, I believe. Is that, well, it's at least every time you host a feast. I don't know if it's every time you turn up, but anyway. You can lose a lot of stress, you can gain opinion and lose stress, or you can just gain prestige. As I have pretty much no stress, I'm just going to gain prestige. Less horsing around. Kokushi Kuritoki's feast is soon going to be at an end. It's sad to think that we will have to say farewell, but at least we'll be able to look back and chuckle at the escapades of Takamoto and his drunken band of merrymakers for years to come. Right. The innuendo. I know what I said, I just don't understand why you find it so funny. Kokushi Surashige cocks his head to the side while I withhold my chortle. I haven't told him that what he said could be interpreted as something lewd. She had a lovely chest on display in the courtroom. I may not be alone thinking this is funny either. Toshu Kanetomo spat out some of his drink when Kokushi Surashige repeated himself. The two could share the same kind of crude humor as I, or they could be offended by it. I won't know what either thinks until I speak up. I'm going to say, repeat what you said, but slowly. Really think about it. I'm closer to a friendship with these guys. Okay. All over my new shirt. Otoko has spilled something all over my new shirt. So that's my sister-in-law. I'll let her away with it. That's fine. Time to go. We're now departing, and I gained some experience in the Eager Reveler trait. Wonderful. And I got a new wandering thing here. Unlocks the Create Travel Itinerary Decision. Trades gold for an artifact. Okay. And I can get local arbitration decision here if I want to. Improve a county in their current location. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's grab that. And head back. Guardian Angel. My cousin-in-law, Katako, has just saved my cousin from a trap. Okay. I'll say, cool. And move on. Trailside Bond. 2 people are getting along. I'm going to say, cool. And move on. Okay. In 17 seasoned traveler experience. I think we almost gained more seasoned than normal traveler experience, right? We did. Okay, we're now at level 1 seasoned traveler. Cool. Okay. Right. Let's do this thing here. If I can ever click on it. Overdue taxes. Whether by conspiracy, deprivation, or sheer negligence, a village in this region has failed to send its share of their produce owed as taxes. My clerks insist that a village in Kizuki Taisha is significantly behind with their taxes. It would be a serious neglect of my duty to ignore the matter. The ledgers make it clear taxes are missing. Shipments were never sent. At the moment, the cause of these omissions is unknown. This matter may be one for officials or one for soldiers. We'll investigate. That's fine. I do have to technically travel, so we can do tutoring trip again. My entourage struggles along an ill-maintained country path amid scattered iridaceae and the occasional cow. My destination, the tax-owing village, really is quite rustic and quite unremarkable, despite being not a day's journey from Kizuki Taisha proper. A few of the locals, dressed in their distinctive traditional garb, have gathered at the village centre. I am welcomed peaceably, though without warmth. I must consider how to approach my investigation. We'll go for inquisitive. Oh, I got the event for us travelling after I arrived. Okay. Speaking with the villagers proved unexpectedly fruitful. Heads of kin were eager to list the members of their family and gladly extol the productivity of their plots. Some even boasted of their livestock. Farmers led me about their fields, explaining how much they could expect to gain from the harvest. Some unexplained oversight, unintentional or intentional, seems to be the cause of this village's failure to pay their dues. But one task remains, deciding how best to remedy the situation. Reinforce the garrison to get us 10% extra tax. Get 11 gold or tax relief. I'll just take the gold. Thank you very much. Right, and now when I arrive back home, and I got another 11 experience, and I'm now an experienced traveler. Wonderful, which gets me more wandering lifestyle experience per month. Great. Can I do local arbitration? Of course I can. Oh, I can also visit a Silk Road marketplace, apparently. To learn of different things. Oh, that's cool. Oh wait, but these are like really far away. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. That's weird. Let's do local arbitration first. So this one, legitimacy doesn't exist for us, but we can get levies, we can get taxes, or we can get development growth. So, you know, 1/3 chance of it being good. We get development. Nice. Okay. So our development in our capital is now going up by 1.6 per month. We're probably taking I thought we were taking a lot of penalty from existing development, apparently, but we're not. Okay. Yeah, I was expecting it to be higher, but I guess maybe our steward is not as good as they used to be. I suppose they only have 10 stewardships, so yeah, that's probably the reason why it's not going up quite as quickly as you might expect. Anyway, we have a lot of money now. It could be time for us to go on a long trip. So that's 18 months away. Yeah, I think it's time for us to try and go to the steppe. Okay. Let's maybe go to university. Actually, you know what? Let's do this Silk Road Market thing that I've never like seen before. Okay. So I think that this is the same place as the university was. So I think it is. It's very difficult to tell because obviously it's all broken up right now. I think it's here. Yes, it's right here. Okay. So we could go up and in. Yeah. So I lose 130 gold. I will travel here. The Waterworks Silk Road innovation may become available to the Yamato culture. It takes more than 10 years. The innovation there will have changed before I arrive. It'll be more expensive to visit because it's far away. What riches will I find? Okay. So I actually want to go somewhere like here. Yeah, so we want to travel through the steppe here. So that's fine. Yeah, this is obviously not great. What happens if I hire mercenary guards? Makes it slightly better. I also probably should travel through Korea while I'm doing this. Let's be honest here. This is probably a good thing to do for us. So let's go over here because it'll get us a ton of different bonuses. So let's go here and then here. I'm just specifically saying where I want to go so that if I change something later, it's still going to take us through all of these paths. So this is very dangerous. So actually, I'm best off going to here first. Then cutting down. Because I don't need to go to anywhere in particular here. I can just go... All it said is the steppe. So if I do something like... See, I've messed something up there. If I do something like... you know what I messed up? Is that this one is now... yeah, let's remove that. Yeah, this was now our furthest forward point. That's what I messed up. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to head through this one next. So that we can then head south to here. Then we're going to double back on ourselves. Head to here. Then to there. Okay. Then there does appear to be a very straightforward path that we can take through here. Which is over this way. And then down there. Then across. Down here. Right. I'm going to go down this way. Into that one. I want to go to Nanjing as well. I think so. Yeah. I think that may... Well, nope. Actually, looking at that, that's only 1% danger. Never mind. It's not that bad. Okay. Then we're going to head back here. I'm going to go up one. Get there. Okay. Now, this is the other side. If I go to Hidong first, that works. Yeah, so then... Do I want to head down to these two? Probably. Where do I want to stop going down here? I don't really care about the Marshal. So, but I do kind of want the wise... Yeah, I want the wise man trait experience. So let's... go down. Oh, I've gone to the same place twice. Here. Then here. Then back up to... Guess I don't care about that, but I could go there anyway. Yeah. Let's go there. Then there. Then there. There. I can cross the river up here. Yep. Then go into... No, not quite like that, actually. Go into here. Then here. Then cut back. This is all dangerous. So let's just go to the bay. And then just travel back. So that's our trip. Anywhere that's obvious that we're missed on our trip? I don't think so. Like, we could maybe try and go there if we wanted to. It gets you a lot of Wanderer experience. It gives you some Eager Reveler. We should go there. I don't think we need to go up to that one, but yeah, so what's this? So this is way back here. This is why I mark each place I want to go individually. So I know, like, okay, so I'm going from that point to that point. There we go. So we have a little danger later in the trip. We're doing a tutoring trip, which is going to give our child a chance to get bonuses, although it's only in our domain, so it's only going to give them a very, very short amount of bonuses. But that's okay. It's not going to cost very much to go on the trip, but it cost us 130 to, like, do the option. So, yeah, let's go. Wonderful. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is, well, I need to wait for the trip to start. There we go. Going to be on fill coffers. And basically my plan is go on the trip and spend money building things back up at home while we're on this long trip to see how the Silk Road innovation thing works. I think that if I understand it right, trying to think how we get to the situation. It'll be other situations, Silk Road. If I understand it right, what will happen is we will temporarily get this. So get the Waterworks innovation. Right? I think that's what will happen. As in, we go here, this is available, and then we get it for a little bit. I think that's how this works, but I'm not entirely sure. So we'll see. Well, I assume we also maybe have to pay for it. I don't even know where Waterworks is on here. Now that they've changed this screen, it's actually a little difficult to find specific things. I find, anyway. It's just a little bit more cluttered than it used to be. I mean, obviously there's reasons for it. We just haven't had a playthrough where I've properly looked at it yet. Yeah, I can't even see it in here, so... Anyway, that's fine. Right, and I'm going to use this opportunity to end the episode there, because next time we have a very long trip to go on. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.